Friday, June 9th, 2023. Morning edition. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this entirely AI-generated video. First, this day in history.
53. The Roman Emperor Nero marries Claudia Octavia. 1732. James Oglethorpe is granted a royal charter for the colony of the future U.S. state of Georgia. 1798. Irish Rebellion of 1798. Battles of Arklow and St. Field. Today's obituaries.
Guido Bodrato, 90, Italian politician, Minister of Public Education, 1980-1982, Deputy, 1968-1994, and MEP, 1999-2004. Paul Coghlan, 79, Irish politician, Senator, 1997-2020, and Cather Warleach, 2016-2020. Death announced on this date. Fields of Amar, 25, Australian thoroughbred racehorse. Death announced on this date. Wade Goodwin, 63, American news journalist, NPR, cancer. Veronique Jardin, 56, French Olympic swimmer, 1984-1992. And now on to today's news. Business news.
Stocks making the biggest pre-market moves: GameStop, Wynn Resorts, Lucid, Adobe, and more. CNBC. AI summary of this story. GameStop shares dropped 21% in pre-market trading after ousting its CEO, while Wynn Resorts and Las Vegas Sands both fell by 2% following a downgrade by Jefferies. Signet Jewelers also disappointed with lower than expected Q2 guidance that caused shares to plummet by 11%, while T-Mobile rose by 1% after being upgraded by Wolfe Research. Meanwhile, Adobe stock surged by 2% after announcing it will offer Firefly, its AI tool, to large business customers, while HashiCorp's announcement of targeted spending cuts and 8% workforce reduction resulted in a 22% fall in its stock.
How much for a dozen? Why the cost of eggs is dropping after a major price hike. USA Today. AI summary of this story. Egg prices in the U.S. are falling as the number of hens and eggs on the market increases. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics indicated that the average price of a dozen grade A large eggs dropped 32% between January and April, while grocery prices rose by 11% between January 2022 and January 2023 due to inflation. Egg prices rose by 70% in the same period. Eggs have become cheaper since then, with wholesale prices just over $1 per dozen, down nearly 80% from their peak of $5.30 in December 2022.
GME fires CEO and tech, pulls back pre-market prep vertical bar June 8, 2023. Benzinga. AI summary of this story. I'm happy to help. However, I'll need the article you want me to summarize to get started. Please provide me with the article. Science News.
Brightest gamma ray burst ever seen, the largest known explosion since Big Bang, has a unique jet structure unlike any other. Space.com. AI summary of this story. The discovery of the brightest gamma ray burst ever seen is shaking up astronomers' understanding of these powerful events. Named GRB 221009A, this blast was seen as a bright flash followed by a low fading afterglow across many wavelengths of light. Scientists monitoring it discovered it had a unique jet structure and was dragging an unusually large amount of stellar material along with it, possibly explaining the extreme properties of the burst and why its afterglow persisted for so long. GRBs are the most powerful, violent, and energetic explosions in the universe.
NASA's Parker Solar Probe plunges into fast solar wind and discovers its mysterious source. SciTech Daily. AI summary of this story. NASA's Parker Solar Probe has detected fine structures of the solar wind, revealing details that are lost as the wind exits the corona as a uniform blast of charged particles. A team of scientists report that PSP has detected streams of high-energy particles that match the supergranulation flows within coronal holes, suggesting that these are the regions where fast solar wind originates. Understanding this will help predict solar storms that affect satellites and the electrical grid. The coronal holes are areas where magnetic field lines emerge from the surface without looping back inward, forming open field lines that expand outward.
Anxiety relief in sight, scientists identify key gene. SciTech Daily. AI summary of this story. The team further demonstrated that this molecule suppressed the expression of another gene called PGAP2, leading to changes in brain neuron morphology and resulting in anxiety-related behavior. Altering this gene has been shown to reduce anxiety levels, providing a potential new drug target for anxiety disorders. This research was conducted by an international team of scientists and published in the journal Nature Communications.
Now a poem about today's science news. Oh, how fickle is the universe's might, with bursts of gamma rays that shine so bright. The largest explosion since time began, with a jet structure unlike that of man. And what of our star, the sun so dear, whose mysteries still remain unclear? The Parker Solar Probe takes a dive and finds the source of those fast winds that thrive. But fret not, anxious souls, for there is hope. Scientists have found a gene to help you cope. Relief from worries that plague the mind. A brighter future we may soon find. So let us look to the skies up above and search for answers with hearts full of love. For every discovery, big or small, brings us closer to understanding it all. Health news.
After gene therapy deaths, Astellas to revisit fatal neuromuscular condition in partnership with biotech startup. Endpoints News. AI summary of this story. In 2019, Odentis Therapeutics presented data at a cell and gene therapy conference showing a young boy with X-linked myotubular myopathy, a fatal neuromuscular condition who could barely move and relied on a ventilator to breathe. The company's data was so powerful that it made scientists cry, as there were no other treatment options available for the boy until Audentes intervened.
Sucralose, a chemical in Splenda, is found to cause significant health effects in new study. Fox News. AI summary of this story. A new study from North Carolina State University found that sucralose, a chemical found in the zero-calorie sweetener Splenda, can cause damage to DNA, raise the risk of cancer, and cause leaks in the gut lining. The study showed that a metabolite of sucralose called sucralose 6-acetate is genotoxic, breaking down genetic material that makes up DNA and increasing the risk of cancerous cells forming. It was also shown that both sucralose and sucralose 6-acetate cause damage to the tight junctions that hold together the intestinal barrier.
This man is spending millions to slow aging, but you can try this for free. Science alert. The AI summary of this story. Brian Johnson, a U.S. tech billionaire, spends an average of $2 million annually on anti-aging methods. He claims aging damage to his body accumulates slower than the average 10-year-old. Johnson follows questionable methods like fasting for 23 hours a day and consuming nutrient-dense food customized to his body's needs. He also undergoes acid peels to maintain a youthful glow. While fasting has some benefits like regulating hormonal balance and metabolic health, long-term human trials are needed to confirm the limited risk-benefit findings. Acid peels using mild acids can provide a youthful glow, but cannot reduce deep scars or wrinkles.
Now a poem about today's health news. O gentle reader, hearken to my tale. 3 news items, marked true by Astellas and Fox, and one more about a man who seeks to scale the peak of life with millions spent on clocks. Astellas, they with gene therapy in hand, did seek to heal, but death did take its toll. Now partnership with startup they have planned to seek anew a neuromuscular goal. But Splenda, oh deceiving sweetener, the chemical within it doth cause harm. New study shows health effects much keener than previously we knew, now causing alarm. And lastly, there's a man who's spending great to slow the march of time and aging's wear. With millions spent, he doth anticipate a life much longer and with youthful flair. But reader, do not fret if funds are few, for in Science Alert a hint you'll find, a way to slow the march of time anew for free, to keep your body and your mind. Entertainment news.
Twitch scraps ad changes after streamers leave platform, BBC. The AI summary of this story. The article highlights the problem of discoverability on Twitch for new content creators and suggests that it is difficult to gain visibility on the platform without already being well known or established.
Taylor Swift in Detroit, the story of a budding star and her early key Motor City links. Detroit Free Press. AI summary of this story. In 2006, before her international fame, Taylor Swift had a crucial meeting with WYCD-FM program director Tim Roberts in a Detroit suburb parking lot. Swift was virtually unknown beyond certain corners of the country music business, but was ambitious and confident. Roberts was impressed with her intelligence, maturity, and charm. Swift's debut self-titled album was set to be released later that year, and its first single, Tim McGraw, was about to be released.
70 years on, Gucci's horsebit loafer is still a coveted status symbol. CNN. AI summary of this story. Gucci is celebrating the 70th anniversary of its iconic horsebit loafer, worn by famous personalities like George H.W. Bush, Jane Birkin, and Sophia Loren. The distinctive shoe, featuring the metal snaffle flourish, has become an aspirational status symbol. Created in 1953 by Aldo Gucci, son of the brand's founder, this shoe has found its way to the White House, Cannes Promenade, and red carpets worldwide. An exhibition celebrating the legacy of the signature loafer will be held at Milan Fashion Week this year. Madonna, Jodie Foster, and Francis Ford Coppola are also among the famous wearers of the shoe.
Now a poem about today's entertainment news. Fair streams of Twitch did once run true, but now their courses changed anew, for ads did cause a great uproar and drove the streamers out the door. In Detroit streets a star did rise, with music that did touch our skies. Fair Taylor Swift, a name well known, from Michigan's land her fame was sown. And o'er the years Gucci did shine, with horsebit loafers deemed divine. For 70 years their fame did soar, and still they're sought by many more. Thus do these news items each hold a tale of change, both new and old, of stars that rose and shoes that shine, and platforms that did toe the line. Now, a silly joke or two to lighten the mood after all the heavy stuff.
I got a reversible jacket for Christmas. I can't wait to see how it turns out. What's blue and not very heavy? Light blue. Why don't skeletons ever go trick-or-treating? Because they have nobody to go with. Hope you enjoyed today's artificial intelligence-generated news digest. For more, please subscribe, hit the bell button to activate notifications, and make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers.